Hello, dear comrades. Today is August 18th, 2025, and before you is the usual analysis of the military operations map. As you likely already know, today negotiations are scheduled between Trump and Zelensky. And what do you think? Will Zelensky agree to territorial concessions, and will peace be achieved or not? Share your thoughts in the comments, and now let's move directly to the map. At present, key developments continue to unfold in the South Donetsk sector, the Kostiantynivka sector, the Pokrovsk sector, and the Siversk sector, which we will cover and examine in detail in this video. But before we begin, as always, I sincerely ask you to subscribe to the channel. Your subscription greatly contributes to the channel's growth. If you've been watching these videos for a while and still haven't subscribed, please do so. I'd like to thank everyone who has already subscribed. We begin our analysis with the Kherson sector. Over the past 24 hours, 4 strikes by Russian aviation were recorded here. The strikes targeted the outskirts of Berislav, as well as the outskirts of Sadovoye, Nikolskoye, and Dneprovskoye. In addition, the Ukrainian side reports that 3 Russian attacks were repelled in the Antonovsky Bridge area. I remind you that the main offensives here are carried out using FPV drones and artillery. Moreover, Russian aviation continues striking Ukrainian positions and personnel, and for today the map in this area has seen no significant changes for over a year, and possibly longer. Now we move to the Orikhiv sector. No major changes have been reported here today. It is reported that Russian forces are attacking Ukrainian positions in the area of Stepnogorsk and Plavny. Russian positions themselves came under counterattacks near Stepovoye and also near Malye Shebaki. Around Malaya Tokmachka, heavy clashes continue, but overall the situation is shifting into a positional phase since the main fighting is being conducted with FPV drones. Fighting was also recorded near Novoandreevka and Novodanilovka. Otherwise, no changes here today. Let's move further along the map. In the South Donetsk sector, a lot of contradictory information is coming in, especially from Andreevka and Kleshchevka. Let's sort it out step by step, starting with Temirovka. As you know, the northern part of Temirovka was attacked by Ukrainian forces, but Russian troops have taken full control of the entire settlement, expanded their zone of influence north of Temirovka, and entered Ukrainian fortifications, gradually advancing in the direction of Novonikolayevka. All the territory marked in this section has come fully under Russian control. Regarding Sekhnevo, as you know, Russian forces previously took Alexandrograd and Malivka under their control, and now they are attacking Sekhnevo from 2 directions, from the north out of Alexandrograd and from the south out of Malivka. In the coming days, Sekhnevo may also fall under Russian control. As for Andreevka-Kleshchevka, many note that so-called flag battles are happening here. First, Russian troops raise the Russian flag and announce that the settlement is under their full control, after which Ukrainian troops raise their flag and state that it is under Ukrainian control. At the moment, this settlement remains in a contested zone, with neither side holding firm control. However, it can be assumed that Russian forces are more likely to capture it, as the supply bridges have been completely destroyed and it is extremely difficult for the Ukrainian side to sustain its grouping here. In the coming days, additional materials may emerge confirming an expansion of Russian control in this area. In addition, Russian forces are attacking north of Zeleny Gai. At Ivanovka, Ukrainian positions and temporary bases there were struck. Reports also state that Russian forces crossed the river and secured positions on the southern edge of Ivanovka. But this information may be premature, as no materials confirming Russian presence on the southern edge of Ivanovka have been released. Let's move further along the map. Near Moravka and Udakhnoye, intense fighting continues. Moravka remains under Ukrainian control. Russian troops have been unable to capture the settlement. Perhaps there is no order to storm it, but Ukrainian forces here are subjected daily to Russian FPV drone strikes. The same applies to Udakhnoye. It seems the front has stalled here. Earlier, Russian troops captured and cleared the entire southern part of Udakhnoye, while the northern part remains under Ukrainian control. Further storming may not be happening. Possibly by the time this video is recorded, Udakhnoye has fallen to Russian forces, but no such confirmation has been received yet. Moving further along the map, near Novoekonomichesko. North of this settlement, Russian forces are expanding their control. Video footage has emerged showing Russian forward positions. According to some reports, Russian troops are taking over industrial facilities, specifically mines, west of Novoekonomichesko. Ukrainian positions and temporary bases near Mirnograd are also under attack. As for Rodinsko, some reports say the settlement is fully under Russian control. However, the Ukrainian side claims a counterattack pushed Russian forces back in this settlement. Therefore, the map remains unchanged for now, pending additional confirmation. Now about Zolotoy Kolodets. Previously, Ukrainian forces, especially according to them Azov, cut off Russian assault units and trapped them in encirclement. Both sides are spreading heavy propaganda here. Russian sources claim the area is fully under Russian control, while Ukrainian sources claim Russian troops are surrounded. What is known? Currently, the Ukrainian side has published many videos, not suitable for YouTube, mostly showing Ukrainian FPV drones destroying Russian assault groups. Also, footage appeared from Kucherov Yar, showing a Russian soldier attacked by a Ukrainian FPV drone. For now, the map shows no significant changes in favor of either side here. The only change is in Kucherov Yar itself, where Russian positions came under strike, with video evidence from that location. Thus, this section is marked in favor of Russian forces. Once further confirmation or footage arrives, we will update the map accordingly. Now, let's move on to the Kostiantynivka direction. Here, Russian forces are currently advancing near Stepanovka. All territory marked red has today come under Russian control. As you can see, Ukrainian forces have many fortification lines here, making it difficult for Russians to secure Stepanovka itself. But reports have repeatedly claimed that Russian troops entered the outskirts of this settlement. Today, the only confirmed Russian advance is in this section, so all the marked red territory has been fully cleared and taken under Russian control. Moving further to Sherbinovka, some pro-Russian sources claimed the settlement has been fully cleared and is under Russian control. However, no confirmation has been provided. We can say with some confidence that this territory may be under Russian control, as Ukrainian troops stationed there are cut off from supplies and effectively encircled if anyone remains. As soon as video or confirmation arrives, we will update the map. For now, no major changes here, aside from earlier gains in the southern outskirts, which remain under full Russian control. As for Pleshevka and Ivanopole, Russian troops are striking temporary Ukrainian bases. In Konstantinovka itself, Russian aviation also carried out strikes on temporary Ukrainian bases. Otherwise, the situation here remains without significant changes today. As for Chasov Yar, heavy fighting continues in the areas of Nikolaevka and Stupochki, but without changes along the line of contact. Therefore, let's move on to the Siversk direction, where there are significant developments. From the Siversk sector, a large amount of video material has emerged from the settlement of Serebryanka. Here, Russian troops raised the Russian Federation flag, thereby confirming full control over the settlement. All the territory marked in red has been completely cleared and is now under Russian control. Previously, there were reports that Russian forces were clearing the pocket between Serebryanka and Verkhnye Kamenskoye. Pro-Ukrainian channels also reported that Ukrainian troops carried out attacks in the Serebryanka area and pushed Russian forces back, claiming that Serebryanka was under AFU control. But today confirming evidence has appeared that Serebryanka has indeed come under Russian control. In addition, Russian troops expanded their zone of influence near Grigorovka, but this pocket has not yet been fully cleared. Once additional confirmation appears that Russian forces have eliminated the pocket between Serebryanka and Verkhnye Kamenskoye, we will update the map accordingly. Ukrainian positions are also under strikes in Siversk itself. Temporary bases and armored vehicles south of Siversk were attacked. Otherwise, these are today's changes here. Let's move to the Kupiansk-Lyman sector. In the Kupiansk-Lyman sector, no significant changes have been recorded today, but there are updates. Reports indicate that Russian troops are expanding their zone of control near Torskoye, south of the settlement, as well as in Zareknoye itself. Earlier, Russian troops had established themselves on the eastern outskirts and made some progress there. Now reports state that Russian forces have significantly expanded their control within Zareknoye. Regarding the settlement of Kolodezi, Some sources claim that it has come fully under Russian control. Additional confirmation of further expansion has not yet been received, but it can be stated with confidence that most of Kolodezi is already under Russian control, and possibly, at the time of recording, the settlement has indeed fallen completely to Russian forces. If this is confirmed, we will update the map in the coming days. Next, Shandrigolovo. Some pro-Russian sources claim that Russian troops have taken most of Shandrigolovo under control, with attacks underway toward Karpovka and Sredne. But no confirmed changes have been reported today. Therefore, for now this remains an update only. As you know, we do not adjust the map based solely on such reports, since many early claims later turn out to be inaccurate. Moving on to Zeleny Gai, it has been confirmed that Zeleny Gai has come fully under Russian control. The settlement and its surroundings to the north and south have been cleared. Attacks are underway toward Borisovka and Andreevka. Regarding expansion of control, Russian forces have extended their zone between Borisovka, Andreevka, and Lozovaya. All the red-marked territory here has today fully come under Russian control. Everything suggests that if Borisovka Andreevka falls, Russian forces will effectively reach Borovaya, cutting off Ukrainian troops both north and south of Borovaya from supply routes, since Borovaya is the main AFU logistics hub in this area. Moving further to the Kupiansk direction, no significant changes have been reported today. Fighting continues on the northern outskirts of Kupiansk, as well as positional battles near Petropavlovka. Here, as on the Kherson front, combat is conducted mainly with FPV drones. In Kupiansk itself, a Ukrainian armored vehicle was destroyed in the city center with an FPV drone. Further south of Kupiansk, a Russian airstrike hit near Osinovo. Otherwise, no major changes here today. Further north on the map, Russian forces are attacking the settlement of Ambanoye. Some reports claim that storming operations are already underway, but I remind you that similar reports about Hatnoye and Ambanoye have appeared many times before and did not match reality. Again today, there are updates about an assault on Ambanoye. As soon as we receive reliable confirmation of expanded Russian control here, we will adjust the map. In the Volchansk area, heavy fighting continues without changes along the front line. The same applies to the Liptsy area. Now to the Sumy sector. Here, the AFU has made gains. Ukrainian forces pushed forward between Novonikolaevka and Varachino. Video has emerged from these two locations showing Ukrainian forward positions. The territory marked in yellow has come fully under Ukrainian control. Possibly these were sabotage reconnaissance groups, but in any case, Ukrainian troops are present here. Russian forces are also under attack near Alexievka. Earlier, Ukrainian troops had regained control of Kondratovka and Andreevka and launched attacks toward Alexievka, but they failed to capture it. Now, if Ukrainian forces reach Novonikolaevka, they may cut Alexievka off from supply and eventually take control of it. Intense fighting also continues near Sadki, Yunakovka, and somewhat to the west near Stepnoy. Otherwise, these are today's updates for this sector. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until next time.